time to watch some TV, get comfortable on your couch, grab a snack or a drink, and let's see what decisions people are making today.
Whatever, I do what I want.
Oh, he's such a cutie.
You'll need to state your names for the record. And Mr. Thigpen, I can barely hear you. You're away from the mic, so you need to be a little closer to your mic. Miss Bernard, would you please state your name for the record?
Sierra Bernard.
Pardon me?
Sierra Bernard.
Okay. Mr. Thigpen?
Xavier James Thigpen.
Thank you, sir. And if the attorney would please state her name and she represents.
Victoria Lee, present for the Office of the Attorney General.
Okay, Ms. Lee, why are we here?
Judge, we're here today on the state's suit affecting the parent-child relationship. This is the fourth setting in the case. At the last setting, Mr. Thigpen had requested a DNA test. The state is requesting the court to order Mr. Thigpen to appear in person at the next live docket to submit to court-supervised paternity testing. Mr. Thigpen currently resides out of state. However, under long arm, we are requesting that he appear in person. Ms. Bernard has reviewed the photo presented at the testing appointment and confirmed that it does not match Mr. Thigpen's appearance. Furthermore, the phone number and signature used at the testing appointment do not match the contact details and the signature of Mr. Thigpen. Due to this, we are concerned about the validity of the test and requesting that the test occur under court supervision.
Okay. All right. Would you like to call either party as a witness?
Yes, please, if I could call Ms. Bernard.
Yes.
Ms. Bernard, can you please state your full name for the record?
Sierra Nicole Bernard.
Okay, and what is the name of the child and the child's date of birth?
Zion Nicholas Thigpen, 5920.
Okay.
Look how lifeless she looks. How she looks and how she's acting right now. My dog is in the background grooming himself. So if you hear noise, I'm sorry, it's him.
And do you recall at the time of the child's birth when an acknowledgement of paternity was signed for this child?
Yes, he was born on May 9th. So it was either that Sunday, May 10th, or that Monday, May 11th.
Okay, and who signed this acknowledgement of paternity as the father?
Xavier Thigpen.
Okay, and were you shown a photo that was taken at the DNA testing appointment?
Yes.
Okay, and
I don't think I'll be very popular by saying this, but it is the true feelings that I have. And as you know, this is all opinions. I'm not a lawyer. I'm not telling people to think like me. It's just me watching TV on my couch in my house with my pit bull, watching TV and watching this and just giving my own opinions as if I'm home, but sitting here watching with my husband or the children or my family members. We all got opinions. We just talking through the screen, and I'm keeping it raw even while I'm talking to you guys. We're watching it together. Personally, and I have nothing but sons, no daughters, but personally, I believe that every man should get a DNA test before they sign anything. I'm sorry. I mean, I get it. You know, you think is your child, but what about if you think it's not your child? You are legally that child's father because you signed on that line. Don't sign nothing. You can still be a part of that pregnancy. You can be there when the child is born. You can assist the child as it grows until you get that paternity test. And there's too many situations like this. Why are we even talking paternity if you sign that line? You chose to be that child's father when you signed. But a lot of times men don't even know that. They don't even know that by signing it, you become the legal father. Even if you're not the biological father, you're the legal father. Anyone can sign for the child, even if you never had sex with that woman. I just met you 2 minutes ago. I'm going to sign for your child. Well, guess what? You just became the legal father. Regardless of who the father is by blood, you became the legal father. So don't do it. I get it. You trust her. But how many times have men been burnt because they trusted? Get a blood test. And I do believe you can get a blood test in the hospital when the baby's born. Not only that, but they've gotten so sophisticated, they can do it while the baby's not even born yet. They can do paternity tests while she's still pregnant. If there's anything in your mind making you think, I'm not sure if I'm this child's father, but I'm going to hang in there, don't you sign nothing. You go ahead and hang in there and support your girlfriend. I'm guessing that's your girlfriend, because unless you're married, you're not presumed the father. She might say that, but as far as law is concerned, and then they be hitting you in your pockets and hitting you hard. I have seen so many situations in my real life. I know so many men that have paid for children that do not belong to them. They learn later through a blood test that the child wasn't even theirs. But legally, you got to keep doing it. On. It's ugly when that's your brother that happens to, or your cousin, or your friend, some family member, some friend, some associate. It hits home where it's just like, man, how dare she? She knew who was in between her legs. You might not have known who was in between her legs, but she knew who was in between her legs. And maybe she did not know exactly who her child's father was, but she definitely knew that there was a chance it could have been someone else's. So don't sit there and pin it on one guy as if you know for a fact it's his child. I've even seen situations, it's nasty. I've even seen situations where a female said that a child belonged to this particular guy, and he said, it's not my baby. But he was really just trying to escape responsibility. And so she took the baby to his grandmother. He was raised by his grandparents instead of his parents. And so she took as soon as grandma saw that baby, she said, this is my great grandchild. She picked that boy up and said, this is him. This is my great grandbaby here. And she showed pictures of her grandson when he was a kid. I was there. She showed pictures of her grandson when he was a child, looked just like the baby. And then his best friend, the one that's saying that ain't my baby, his best friend said, man, you're going to jail if you take her to court over this baby. And then not only that, he bust out laughing because he takes the baby and he takes, people take stuff off, see what the fingers look like, see what the toes look like, all that type of stuff, trying to see if it's your baby because, people always trying to weasel out of it, right? He takes the baby, take off the shirt or the onesie or whatever to pull the arm out on the left arm and bust out laughing. And we laughing. No, he's laughing. I'm sorry. And we start laughing too because of how hard he's laughing. And we're like, what's so funny? He said, they're going to throw you under the jail. And they were like, where's your birthmark? That's what he said. He's laughing. He's like, where's your birthmark? He said, it's on my arm. He said, yeah, which arm? Because his best friend knows. And come to find out, the baby had a birthmark in the exact same place as that man. The grandma said the baby looked just like him. Everybody that see the baby think he looked just like him. His best friend is saying, dude, that's your baby. Blood test comes along. Guess what? It's not his baby. Everybody was wrong. Grandma was wrong. Best friend wrong. Baby mama wrong. Family members wrong. But DNA was right. DNA was right. And that baby daddy was right. Because he ain't the baby daddy. He's a free man. And he never signed the birth certificate, in the hospital. He never signed for the child because he kept saying it wasn't my child. He was really trying to just weasel his way out. He had sex with the girl. He was weaseling his way out of it, but he was actually smart because it worked out for his good because the baby's not his. Now, the baby's a grown man today. He's not a baby any longer. But they've done another blood test and come to find out this is the child's actual father. But that just goes to show 1 in 5 people, I think they say look alike or something along those lines. You got to look it up yourself, Google it. But there's many people who look like other people and they're not related to each other at all. So you can't go by looks alone. What does the DNA say? And if you're not willing to get the DNA test, you could be getting burnt. So, I went on that long tangent and started talking about some other stuff. But all I'm saying is that if you're not married, do not sign a birth certificate. It's, it might not be your baby. It might be your baby. It might not be your baby. It's not worth paying all your hard-earned money for a kid that don't belong to you for 18 years. It is not worth it. Get the blood test before you sign anything. It might keep you from signing.
Was this a photo of Mr. Thigpen?
No, it was not.
Okay. And are you requesting a second test due to the concern that the test results were not of Mr. Thigpen?
Yes, along with some other things I would like to request as well, but that, yes.
Okay, and what additional measures are you requesting?
It's just a safety concern at this point. We're dealing with someone who is well known in the area, and if you work in the sheriff's department and you send someone else to go and take your DNA test, I have no clue what you're capable of, and that is very alarming for me.
Okay, and for those reasons, are you requesting for the DNA test to take place in person at the Matagorda courthouse?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, thank you. I pass this witness.
Ma'am, as you recall, there was a lot of issues at the last hearing where Mr. Thigpen was saying he signed the AOP, but now he's questioning paternity. And I had the discretion at that time of either granting or allowing him to take do a DNA test or holding him to the AOP. Now, for purposes of eliminating any future issues of paternity, I went ahead and ordered that Mr. Thigpen be allowed to take the DNA test. Okay? So
Yes.
we went ahead and gave another bite at the apple and said, all right, we're going to make sure about whether or not you are the father or not. Okay, I understand. So at the time, I believe questions were asked of you as to whether or not there was any possibility, and I'm going to ask you again, at the time you got pregnant, were you with any other man during that time, a month after that time, or a month prior to that time?
No, sir.
Not, you know what I mean, sexual.
Yeah.
And these are kind of embarrassing questions. So I'm just asking you, is there, in your opinion, is there any possibility that anyone else?
Does every judge ask that question? I think it's a wonderful question. I believe it needs, I don't care if it is embarrassing. You've put yourself in this situation. You chose not to do it the right way. And when I say right, some of y'all might disagree with me, but I don't care. Marry before you carry. And then you might not have to worry about things like this. She chose not to do it. These are some of the consequences, consequential TV, that you may have to go through. And so him asking, have you been with any other man? You should ask that question. And then also add to, were you with any man a month before the conception? Were you with any other man a month after the conception? You know, like just in case you try to like finagle your way out. I mean, there's been too many cases of people doing the wrong thing. That's why this must be asked. But I'm glad that he asked that question. And my question is, do they always ask this? This is my first time ever like hearing it. This is good. And he did excuse himself by saying, I know this is embarrassing, but at the same time, it must be asked. I like that. You should ask. And if she says no, she's been with no other man, and if it comes out that the child does not belong to this man, I believe there should be consequences for it. And when I say consequences, I'm talking fees and jail time to get females to a place to stop playing around with people's lives. You not only playing around with the life of your child, because the child ought to know who their father is and their mother. You're playing with the life of the man who might have to feel the emotions of thinking they could be a father and they're not. Some of those emotions are negative. Like they feel like their life is over. My finances is messed up. How am I going to afford this? I don't think you should have to go through all that because someone's pinning a baby on you. It's one thing to say you could be the father. It's another thing to say you are the father. So you're causing undue stress on a man. And I believe all this is the females, all on her. And I am female. I don't do girl power. I go for what is right. And if the female's right, the female's right. If the male is right, the male is right. But I don't make a decision between the two. We all human beings. Why does one have to be better than the other? This is not a competition. Right is right and wrong is wrong. That's it. This is black and white. It's on the female because only she knows who's been in between her legs. Everybody else, you assume, you think, but she knows. Unless she had some form of rape while she was unconscious, she knows who she gave her booty up to. And so, with that being said, it's on her. It's on her. My mother-in-law disagrees with me. She was like, Crystal, it takes two people to tangle. I said, yeah, but it only takes one person to get pregnant. Because I don't care how much sex you have with a person. If you take birth control, I ain't even talking about condoms that can slip, bust, or anything else like that. If you get on some good birth control, you be all right. And you can do birth control before sex, during sex, and after sex. So I believe that pregnancy can be avoided. If you don't want a baby, you don't have to have a baby. You went all the way. You went all the way. You played dodgeball and didn't duck. So
Could be the biological father of this child.
No, sir.
Okay, so you're absolutely certain it can only be
only
Xavier
him.
Thigpen.
Yes, sir.
Okay, all right, okay.
He sounds so
All right,
downtrodden.
I understand.
feel bad
Okay.
for him.
And so you were frustrated last time, but agreed to, okay, let's get the DNA test, because I explained to you that if this was a stall tactic, then it doesn't matter because we can go way back on this child support issue. You understand that, right?
Sir.
Okay. So it was kind of like no harm, no foul. Let's get it cleared up, right?
Good.
Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Well, were you surprised when this current DNA test result came back and said he was not the father?
Well, I didn't know that it didn't say that until after she showed me the picture. Because she said the reason that she showed me the picture was because it didn't come back positive. And I said that that's not him. And so, like I said, I was very surprised that he would do that. I mean, I'm not surprised, but I'm surprised given his status and things to that nature.
Okay. So and I want to make sure I have your testimony correct. You're stating that when you saw the picture, you're talking about the picture of the person that showed up and took the
Person.
DNA test.
Yes.
That picture was taken by the people that were doing the testing, and
Yes.
that picture was supposed to be a picture of Xavier Thigpen.
I feel bad for her, you know, and I don't know. She could be putting on a show right now. She could be acting. Sorry, my dog is here, and he's determined to take. Jesus, Shakir, stop! Stop it!
Scooch in right here if you don't mind.
You're too big for that. You're not a little lap dog. Oh my God. Goodness. Oh my God. Shakir, you can't be here. Shakir, you can't. You're not even comfortable laying like that. You got to stop acting like this. You're being a bully. Here. Golly. I'm his favorite person. I don't know if I should be happy or unhappy about this because he just pushes himself around and pushes me around, I should say, and just pushes himself on me however he wants to. And yes, he is a pit bull. Almost knocked all this stuff down, determined to lay across my lap. He's not a lap dog. But I forgot what I was about to say because of this dog. Shakir, what's going on, man, huh? Did you want to say hi?
Say, I need to say hi like everybody else says hi. Oh, yeah, there he is. There's your Stankums. There's my Stankums. Oh, he's tired.
Say, you hold me. I'm tired. I should get on your nerves. Just like how you pushed your weight on me. I should get on your nerves right now and make you want to walk away. Just make you want to walk away. How's that sound?
Look at my stinkles. Ah, he's my baby. Oh, he's my baby. He's my 5-year-old baby. Oh, he's a baby.
Okay. And did that do the trick? And my buddy. I don't know what I was about to say. So let me just go ahead and press play. No idea what I was about to do. Oh, her sadness. I don't know if whether or not she was making this up or if she's truly upset. Because, I mean, let's be honest, sometimes we know how to put on a show as females. You know how to like manipulate. But she is crying, and the way she sounds, she seems so downtrodden. She seems so defeated. But I will say this: let Auntie hook you up with some game, ladies. Marry before you carry. Don't let yourself have to go through this. Don't put this extra stress in your own life. Do the right thing for the right reason. There used to be a movie back in the day, I think by Spike Lee, that says "Do the right thing." You need to do the right thing. And it's not the right thing to have children before you're married. That's not the right thing. Even though it's happening, it doesn't make it right. Marry before you have babies. And do not get married because you're pregnant. You're out of order. We used to sing nursery rhymes back in the day that says, first come the marriage, then comes the baby. Then comes the baby with the baby carriage. You know what I'm saying? Like there's an order to this thing. And so here she is in this situation where this dude is, in her opinion, is ducking and dodging the paternity of her child. That's her child. And I wouldn't doubt if she loves her child and she wants what's best for that child. And that child deserves to know who her father is. And that man should help her take care of that child. And if he is, sending someone else in there to do the blood test to trick her into saying, "Now I'm not the baby," and you lying, that's not right. And she could feel like she's back up in a corner because I think she said he works for law enforcement to a certain degree or something along those lines. And if that be the case, he might have some pull or something along those lines to be able to get away with doing something underhandedly. So I'm sorry that she's in this position, but at the same time, we must take accountability for our decisions. We are our decisions. Your life is this way because of who you have decided to lay with, because you didn't protect yourself. Even if it is recreational. I don't agree with recreational booty, but at the same time, I know people doing it. Your recreational better be wife worthy. Your recreational better be husband worthy. So that if the crap hits the fan, you still good. This person got the right head on their shoulders. They'll be a good father. We might not be married, but they can be a good father to the child. It can be a good mother to the child. But we don't do that. We go out here and just have sex for any old thing. And then if the person ends up getting pregnant or something like that, then you're like, oh. And people are like, that's your baby mama. That's your baby daddy. Oh, my God. You shouldn't have even had, that's not even recreational use there. Because too many times do you end up sleeping with a booger wolf and then the booger wolf becomes your child's mother. Oh my gosh, I'm done. Let me get out of this.
Correct?
If that picture was shown right now and it was put to his face when he shows his face in this camera, everyone on this court will be able to see that is not him.
Okay.
That's not
so
good.
You're stating that
it's not right. Don't do her wrong.
It's his brother. It's his older brother.
Okay. So is it your testimony that you believe he had his older brother go and take that test?
Based on that picture, yes, sir. I would hope he would not do that, but being shown that picture, and I know I had to take a photo as well.
Right.
Given the same situation, he had his brother to go and take the test, and I was telling
that's not good, yo. That's not good. That's not, look, the little bit that I was able to see of his face in the upper right-hand corner, Xavier, that don't look like the same guy. And that's not right. And she could be crying because you playing in my face. Not so much because of anything else, but like, don't disrespect me in this manner. Guess he didn't think that this was going to catch up with him. And he should get in trouble for that. If he really did do that, if this comes out to be true, that he has lied about getting the paternity test and sent someone else in instead, He should go to jail just for that. I think so.
Young lady, also that if he went and took the test, how do I know that it was his brother that got swabbed or however they did the DNA testing? It just makes you wonder what else occurred that we don't know about.
Whatever, I do what I want.
Oh, he's such a cutie.